In this video, we are going to be discussing how to find more joy. And this is a weekly forecast video, but you can watch this at any point because it is really about assimilating joy within our daily practices and finding alchemy with everything that we do. So rather than our cerebral contextualized brain and our emotional state run in parallel, they can work together in harmony to create more abundance and more joy. And primarily, that's what all this magical stuff is about. It's about finding more joy and creating a better world for us all to live in. It is self-serving in the sense that when we are at our best, we are also able to ripple that feeling outwards and aid everyone else in the meantime. So let's get into the video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Hazel. I am a professional astrologer, tarot reader and palm reader, and I also offer other things, which I'll show you at the end of the video. Right, let's get into this. So the thing that has led me to make this video for the 19th of January 2025 and the week ahead, we have just gone through this beautiful new moon in Capricorn on the 18th of January, and it allowed us to embrace our own traditions and feel a community within those traditions, feel our people, and hopefully all of you were able to feel a sense of togetherness within this new moon. And it really got me thinking about the idea of the assimilation between the cerebral, between the intellectualized, and between the emotional self. And we're not talking about shadow work here. What I'm actually talking about is learning how to and embracing the idea of being more emotional. Now, as women, particularly, we're told emotions are bad, emotions are weak, and emotions are feeble. And most of us live in structured societies where that is the case, that we must use our minds in order to find success and joy. I raised a question about this where I actually thought, what did humans do before we had language? How did we think before we had language? Most of us think using language. We hear our internal voice. We discuss things openly, either talking to ourselves or talking to other people. Children don't do that, nor do animals or plants. Animals and plants use their senses to communicate, and they communicate with themselves through what they experience, and that translates, especially for animals, into emotions. This is the same with children. We are not designed or have evolved to have the chatter that language has created within our own minds and our physicality. We are emotional beings. And so when we're looking at finding more joy, what we must do is embrace our feelings and how we want to feel. And rather than thinking about how we want to feel or trying to work out how we want to feel, we simply must turn our attention, our faces, like Helios, like the sunflowers, to the sun, and embrace that feeling. In my readings, my tarot readings, I often use examples of cats when people are struggling with finding their own joy or comfort, because my cat is sat over there right now on her heated blanket and she is having a lovely time, and they would never allow themselves to be uncomfortable. It is just not possible. It is not in the framework of the evolutionary character or mind of a cat to live in discomfort. And why? Why is that? Because they put themselves first. They put their emotional state first. They want to have a good time. That is what cats do. They have a great time. They play with their food. They play with their humans. They play with the Christmas tree, whatever it is. They have a good time. They like joy. And it's no wonder that the Egyptians worshipped them, because that's what we all want. We all want to be cat-like in the sense that we don't allow ourselves discomfort. And yet so many of us, through social conditioning, through societal norms, through gender identities, like being a woman, I'm expected to be more emotional and I'm told emotions are bad, that we perceive our needs as somehow negative. Now, why am I raising all this for a weekly forecast? Because it's relevant to you, it's relevant to your joy, and it's relevant to your happiness. And my job as your client, as you as my client, as you're watching this, you are my client, is to help you to live your best life. So how do we get there? How do we make that happen? Well, the first thing is, let's turn the volume down on the conversation and let's turn the volume up on the heart energy. How do you feel? How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Are you sitting there? Are you watching this on a bus? Are you listening to this while you're cleaning your house? Are you ready for the day? Are you feeling comfortable? Is your body in pain? Are you feeling good? Where's the scale? Where's the line? How do you want to feel better? What do you want that's more? And that's the question to always ask. And that is a brilliant question for this week. Why? Because the beauty of the new moon for the next 14 days, the waxing moon, is really allowing us the space and opportunity to see how far emotionally we can raise our vibration. So we do that through choosing to enjoy the tasks at hand. So these cards have just fallen out the deck when I was shuffling, so we're going to go with these. So we have Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a very Masonic card. It's about structure. It's about teaching and learning. It's about being willing to set a foundation. And for us, that's what we're talking about this week. It's a great time, January, to look at our foundations. Do we have the right foundations to have joy in our life? Well, what does that mean? Are we safe? Are we loved? Do we have enough food? Do we have shelter? Do we have amenities? Well, everyone who's watching this has those things because we're in a position of privilege where we're able to spend time on YouTube and self-development. What about the people who don't? Well, this reading is for everybody all over the world. And even for the people who are struggling, who don't, or if it's yourself who's struggling emotionally or physically, or with any of those issues, the foundation comes from you. It comes from within you. It comes from your self-belief. The triangle is the strongest form. We have the 3 here. 3 is a number of really being healing. It's about you having done the work with 1 and 2. You've been in service to others. Now it's time to set the foundation with yourself. So the way you do that is that you find a resource within you, that you find one thing that you really like about yourself, and you make that the foundation of your energy for the week ahead. The Mother of Wands. This is solidifying what I've just said. She is the magician. She is the witch. She is the sorceress. She is able to really cultivate the life that she wants because she has set that foundation. She has chosen abundance and joy. And there's my little black cat. She has chosen abundance and joy. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You know, I've had clients who have been in prison. I've had clients who are having horrible times or experiencing grief. And I have clients who are experiencing the best time of their life and joy. It's about that resource within yourself. It's about that one thing that you love about who you are, about your lived experience in the universe, that can really help to create alchemy and manifest the life that you want. And here we have the world. That's the abundance. That's how you get the abundance. This is not just about this week. This is wider than that. This is about changing forever, about setting that foundation forever. So you've no longer got water, the base, and oil sitting on top, the desire. They've assimilated. Their alchemy has changed. And here we have Daughter of Cups. Daughter of Cups is about being gentle with yourself for this week. That's what this card is about for this week. And maybe useful for you to take hold of always. It's gentleness, it's kindness, it's soul food. I love this deck. It's called the Cosmic Visions Tarot, and the artist is just so, she's just so beautifully channeled these cards. But here we have soul food. It's soul food, and that's what it's about. It's about feeding yourself a truth, which is the foundation to your reality. And because of our cerebral chatter, because of our conditioning, because of our societal norms, our linguistic programming, our foundations are so often half built. They're so often destabilized. Some of them are built on sand, some of them are half finished. We struggle. Life is a struggle for many of us. We don't attain the manifestation that we want. And that is because we fail to give ourselves soul food. And the soul food is not about what you tell yourself. It's not about daily affirmations. It's about feeling. It's about feeling. And that is the true key to manifestation. And that is what's going to build the foundation for the rest of your year ahead this week. And then, of course, we have Four of Cups, which again is another soul food card. This is being given the information that you need on a plate. You might not be ready for it. You might not want it. You might be wondering where it's going to come from. It doesn't matter. Abundance is available to us all, and it's about perspective. It's about resilience, but not resilience through the conditioning of the mind. It's about the resilience through the heart soul. People, animals, plants, all through the world experience so much trauma. The universe is chaos, and it is by definition trauma, but it is unbelievably beautiful. It is unbelievably vast and expansive. And each of us as individuals with our own little souls are our own suns, with everything else orbiting us. And it really can be a beautiful experience when you come from a soul place. So what I would like to give you this week in terms of tools and resources to go away with is, first of all, pick that one thing about you that you really love. Think and focus on that thing that brings you joy and harmony. And from that point, make everything about that and build that as your foundation. I'm really good at being in service to others. Maybe that's too cerebral again, but I'm going to go away and think about this as well. So, on a practical level, don't sweat the small stuff. If the dishes need doing, do them at a point when you're going to feel good about doing them. Don't do them if it feels like hard work. Don't struggle against the wind. Do things at the right time for you. That's why time was invented. Time was invented to create structure so you can get through your daily tasks. Yes, that's loaded with imperialism and workforce and colonialism, but we don't need to deal with that right now. Time is your ally. Find a creative act that you love, and a soul's expression that you love in the material world. So one of the key things about spirituality is that you embody the physicality of spirit, of source in the materialized world. You are a sensory being experiencing divinity through your senses. The idea is not to avoid our physicality, as some practices preach. Now that's fine, but that's not how we're experiencing life in this era, in this aeon, and in this materialized reality. We're materialized beings, and it brings us joy. It brings us joy. So the more grounded you are within your physical practices this week, and take that beyond into the next year and the next decade and beyond that, the more joy you will find. I hope that has been thought-provoking and engaging and enlightening, and I really hope that you have a new week, a good week, a new week, a fresh week, and that you do inhabit your space by finding more time for yourself and more joy, and leaning into those practices. So I will see you in the next video. And if you want to book a reading with me, you can do so through my website, and please follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting things, and I have a lot of conversations on there, so if you want to join the community, you can do so through that, and also through my mailing list. So I will see you in the next video, and thank you for joining, and have a great week. Bye for now.